Hit the like button coming through the door, y'all. Hey, hey. Make sure you hit the like button coming through the door. Hit the like button coming through the door. Hit the like button coming through the door. Mm-hmm. Okay. What up? What up? Karina, what up? Hit the like button coming through the door. When you come through the door, hit the like button, y'all. Let's go. Let's get it early. Let's get it early, y'all. Hit the like button coming through the door. Let's go. Hey, what's up? Okay, Kay. That's what's up, Kay. Karina, that's what's up. Let's go, y'all. Everybody come through. Hit the like button when you come through the door. Yes. Saturday night. Y'all know y'all ain't at a new club. Might as well tune in to me. Might as well kick it with your boy. Merch coming soon. Let's go. Hit the like button coming through the door. We're going to get into it when a few more people come through. Hit the like button coming through the door. Jessica, what up, Jessica? Y'all come through, hit the like button when you're coming through the door. What up? What up, everybody? I feel you. I feel you. I mean, we're gonna talk about it. You know, it's not a guarantee it's gonna happen. I would definitely be here for it because I'm all about moments. I'm all about moments. You only live once, and right now. I want to see some moments that this new generation is not filled with any moments. Like all the moments that I got, like all the moments that I got from entertainment and music and history is all happened 20 years ago. I'm still going to be around a long time. So I want a moment. Like we have no moments at all. And these are the two, you know, biggest female artists in the past 10 years, rappers. So, like I said, they don't gotta make up. They ain't gotta be friends. I don't care whether they friends or not. But I tell you one thing, they make that record. I bet you they both spend that paper with no problem. Cause if that shit happen, it's gonna break the universe. Forget the internet. But we're gonna discuss it. We're gonna discuss why you wouldn't be here for it, why you would be here for it, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what I know. Right, but did y'all ever think maybe those two are tired of the fans bickering? Like I said, man, you will be surprised, especially since 2020. You'll be surprised who's actually talked, man. Y'all would be shocked. Y'all would be shocked. Y'all would be shocked if you found out behind the scenes who's talked and who is plotting something or planning something. You would be shocked. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. You would be like, "What?" No, trust me. If they listen, if they do it, you're gonna know that they're not gonna go into it, half a or not know what's going on or go in there with a whatever happens mentality. That's not what's gonna happen. That's the reason why they're going through a process. They haven't. This is what I know to be true. This is what I found out. That's the reason why they're going through a process and they're starting it right now. Okay? This is what information I got early this morning. I was up all night waiting for this phone call to come back. That's why they're going to have to start it off. Whoever Nick got, either for her manager, or whatever. Cardi right now don't have a manager. Cardi's lawyer is closing her deals. She's saying she don't want to move with a manager since she needs a lawyer anyway. She got an entertainment lawyer right now that's closing all her deals. He closed the deal for the TV show. Whenever they do this back with Netflix, he's gonna close that deal. So she has a lawyer speaking for her right now. She's not a manager. They're gonna have those two meet first. All right, they're gonna have those two meet first. They're going to bring the issues. So it's not going to be they're going to sit there and hash it out before anything. They're going to bring their people first. Nick's going to have somebody represent her. Cardi got somebody represent her. They're going to talk to each other. They're going to bring what each other's issue with the other one is. And they're going to say what they would need in order to make this record work. It's not just going to be, it's not a situation where it's like, oh, they just kick it. Oh, let's do a record together. Oh, okay. Like Megan on what you call it. No. Okay. Yo, everybody hit the like button coming through the door. As many people as in here, that's how many likes I need. So this is something like I said that been working when she made that comment. Back when she made the comment of wait till you hear if this next collabo pops off, y'all really gonna be mad. Who do y'all think she was talking about? Who did you think she was talking about when she said that? She wasn't talking about Megan. The Megan collab had already happened. Who else out there could make y'all really, really mad? I don't think the Nicki fans would be really, really mad about Drake. because the Nicki fans ain't really messing with Drake right now. But Jessica, that's smart. You know why? Because they're going to eventually meet after the representatives bring to the table exactly what they're going to need from each other. Once they bring that back to Nicki, to Cardi, then that is where both of them will decide whether, yeah, I can do this, or no, I can't do that. And then after they already had laid everything out, then them two are going to talk. And I think that's the best way. I think that's a smart way. Because you don't just meet up with the person, nothing's been resolved, nothing's been spoken about. It's just going to be a big shouting match. What's up, live wife? It's just going to be a big shouting match. To both fan bases, well, first of all, the way they're going to look at it is if those two got over it, if those two got, they're the ones involved. They're the ones involved. So I'm going to think. So let me ask you something. So Nicki fans are just content with the way things are right now? Nicki fans are just content with the way things are right now. Cardi fans are just content with the way things are right now. I thought it was about wanting what's best for your favorite. That's what I thought. Me, when it comes to my favorite artist, I want what's best. They don't have to explain nothing to a fan base. Because if you really a fan, this is just music. This is just music. This ain't nothing. This ain't a personal life. This is business. Y'all forgive her for your Nicki fans. Y'all forgive her for marrying Kenny, don't you? You still support her, right? Even though you may not want her with Kenny, you still support her though, right? So they don't have to. They don't have to sell it to the fan base. They come out and say, "We discussed it. Whatever happened in the past is over." If Nicki and Cardi both come out and say, "We discussed our past differences," that's over with. We moving forward. What are you gonna say? Sit there? Oh no! What happened? Did she apologize to you? If if Nicki's good with it and Cardi's good with it, who are we to say, "Oh, you gotta explain it to us"? Because when you break down this whole beef, other than the running up at the fashion show, which was provoked by Cardi B fans, because they're the ones who sent the fake tweets or the fake likes or whatever to Cardi that Nicki never did. That was people who wanted to see drama, Cardi fans or anti-Nicki fans that wanted to see drama that created them fake likes that Nicki never did. Cardi didn't just see that online. People were sending that to her, putting the battery in her back. Most of this beef, how much has the only time that they spoke to each other, Nicki approached her at the Met Gala. And that was a peaceful discussion. That was a peaceful discussion. Then remember the footage of Nicki dancing the Bodak Yellow? Didn't Nicki congratulate Cardi on going number one? And Cardi said that means a lot coming from you? It wasn't until the fans, as I've always said, and y'all can get mad, you can deny it all you want. It wasn't until the fans went back and started amping it up again. You see, the fans are full of garbage. They swear they want unity. They swear they want this. Oh, the women should stick together and move it. Y'all don't want unity. You don't want unity, so stop it. Stop it. Y'all do not want unity. What's up? Okay, and like I said, that's something they will discuss. That's something they will discuss. And my point is, if Nicki can't get over it, or if Cardi can't get over it, then it won't happen. But if they both come out and say, we're over it, y'all gonna keep it going? How they not keeping it going? It's like now. It's like now. Every single time there's something done between Nicki and Cardi, it's coming from a fan. It's coming from a fan. It's not coming from Nick. Nicki been minding her business. It's not coming from Nicki. When Cardi drops all this online, oh, we gotta stream driver's license, anything to block Cardi. That's not Nicki doing that. That's not Nicki telling. I've never seen Nicki's tell the Bobs, make sure you go stream the this song that ain't hers. Go stream this other song so she can't get number one. I've never seen Cardi tell him, Bobs, go out and stream um Travis Scott so Queen can't go number one. That be the fans do that. The fans. Period. No, not no small minority. A lot. A lot. So my point is being, their two representatives are gonna meet at whatever time. I can't give you a time limit. I can't tell you when it's gonna happen, but they do have it planned to happen. Their two representatives meet. Nicki's people gonna tell Cardi's people what they expect and what they're gonna need to make this happen. If Nicki wants an apology, she will tell her representative to tell Cardi's representative that she's gonna need an apology. Now, but if Nicki don't ask for one, it's about what she wants, because she's gonna make the ultimate decision. It's about what she decides, what them two decide they want to make happen. Now, if they want to make this Foxy and Kim part two, then they can do that. Because both of them are fine. Both of them ain't gonna die, ain't gonna starve. Both of them ain't gonna starve without the feature from the other one. Both of them both rich. It ain't gonna matter. But it would be a nice bag. And who gonna turn down a nice bag? All I gotta do is play nice and go record the same record with this person. Maybe shoot a video. You play nice with people you work with and don't like every day. You don't like somebody that you work with. So what, you gonna do? Quit your job? No. What do? You be professional. We all work with people we don't like. But I'm not gonna mess up my bag. I'm not quitting my job because there's somebody on the job that I got a problem with. I'm not messing up my bag. Anybody that leave a job because they got an issue with another worker won't be me. I ain't messing up my bag for nobody. I'll just be professional. We ain't gotta hold hands and sing kumbaya. We ain't gotta go out to the mall or go out to the have drinks after work. I'm there for my money. Now, when you start messing with my money, that's something different. So the thing with see, and the whole thing with Kaiser and Greenwald. First of all, she would probably have to say it with Greenwald. Nikki can handle Kaiser. Nikki can handle Mike Kaiser. Like she wouldn't even mention him. She might say Julie. She might say Julie. I don't want to have to deal with Julie. I don't want Julie, saying nothing to me or whatever. Because her and Julie's never had a good relationship ever. Her and Julie Greenwald's never had a good relationship. So if she says that, if we're gonna do a project, Julie can't be involved, or Julie's gonna always be involved because she is the boss, right? But she don't have to deal with Julie. Okay. If I don't want to have to deal with this person or that person I issue with, I don't want to deal with your publicist. Maybe Cardi may not agree with that. No, Patience is my publicist, so without Patience, then it just ain't gonna happen. Okay, all right. Well, we tried. Now I'm not saying that Nikki would say that, but if they come to the table and Lucien is involved, and you know these other people are involved, Wayne and Lucien, and then they come and say, listen, just record the record. That's all y'all gotta do. Record the record, get on the same record, record a video. You ain't never gotta talk to each other again after that. When y'all out on tour, when tours start back up, you're required to do the songs together 10 times out of a 50 city tour. You're only required to do the song together 10 times. You know how much millions of dollars they'll get? Turn that down for what's the alternative? To just keep hating Cardi? To keep hating Nicki? Don't make sense. It don't make sense. My point is this. And I got 41 people in here and only 18 likes. Y'all gonna have to get back off the chat because the chat is covering the like button. I should have the same amount of likes as I got people in here. My point is this: if them two get over it, you know what I mean? Well, I mean, if you can't be professional, you can't be professional. But when it comes to that bag, oh, I've worked with plenty of people that I don't mess with outside of a work environment. What's up, Dolly? So that's the whole thing. So that right now is the immediate plan. The two representatives are going to meet up after they get what each side expects. Cardi may say, I want you to put out a message to the Barbs to chill, to stop cyberbullying. So she may ask for that. Nicki may say no. If Nicki says no, Cardi may say forget it. Nicki may say I want an apology, a public apology. Cardi may say no. Okay, if she say no, then Nicki might say okay, forget it. All right, then forget it. That's why the representatives are going there with their little list. This is what my client expects or wants. This is what your client wants. Okay, we discuss it. She wants to do that, and that. Okay, Cardi wants this, that, and that. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Now I'm gonna take the paper back. They're gonna come up with a common denominator. What both people want. I'm gonna take this back to Cardi. You take this back to Nicki. We're gonna reconvene in 2 weeks, or call me in 14 days. See what they say, whether they ready to have a meeting or not. That's the way it works in music when you're dealing with two people who never really got along. That's the way it should work in music. They've tried that with 50 Cent and Ja Rule. Never happened. People say, oh, it was a physical confrontation. No, it was not a physical confrontation because they never got a chance to get physical. Now, if one would have hit the other and would have been a fight, then maybe not. But that was an altercation that number one got blew out of proportion because it could have just been a conversation. And then everybody after that enhanced the issue like they're doing now. That confrontation was what, 2017? We in 2021. When is the last time, and I'm not talking about people speculating, when is the last time that Nicki Minaj directed something toward the time that they were online and then Nicki said, the beef is over. And Cardi said, okay, that's what's up. Ever since that time, as far as I'm concerned, I'm holding Nicki at her word. She said the beef was over. She said it first, out of her tweet or whatever. You know what? I'm not gonna waste any more energy on this. The beef is over. Nicki Minaj said that. I don't think Nicki is gonna say that and then go and throw shots. I think y'all want those shots to be for Cardi. So since that day, I haven't really seen either one definitively say anything to the other person. So we'll see what happens with them two, but that's the deal that's going on. Representative talk, bring to the table what their client want. The other one bring to the table what their client want. Come down, write on paper, whatever, in the other's phones. Take it back to your client. Okay, this is what Cardi's client said. Okay, this is what Nicki's client. This is what Nicki's representative said. This is what Cardi's representative said. Oh no, I can't do that. Oh no, I can't do that. I can do that, but I can't do that. All right, I'll call and tell him. Yeah, she said she'll agree to this, to the other. She'll agree to apology, but you know she's not gonna not use patience. Then they gotta decide whether they want to make it work or not for this bag. Like I said, at the end of the day, when it's over, they're never gonna be friends. They're never gonna be friends. We all know that. They're never gonna be friends. It's about that bag. Long as you ain't breaking no rules or doing nothing illegal to get it, it's about that bag, yo. And it's gonna be a moment. It'll be a moment in hip hop history that you take with you forever to your grave. You'll be like, yo, I was there when Nicki Minaj and Cardi B made up. We never thought we'd see it. I was there when they made it. Anyway, we'll see what happens with that. Well, whether you think she is or not, Cariana, right now, if the world ended today, right? So you may not think she's that important, and I'm sure a lot of people don't. But facts are facts. Right now, she has the most number ones by any female rapper ever. That's just the facts. That's not me making it up. That's not me just throwing something out the air. That's just facts. So if a history of hip hop is going to be written, and at the end of the day, when it's over, we say, oh, the female rapper that had this, the male rapper that had that, the female rapper that sold the most, the male rapper that sold the most, the female had the most Grammys, the male rapper that had the most Grammys. If it all ended today, Lauryn Hill, who is considered a rapper, would be the female with the most Grammys, would be the female rapper with the most Grammys, Lauryn Hill, right? The female with the most number ones would be who? And as far as the female with the most top 40s would be who? Nicki Minaj. It's a fact. Nicki Minaj is the female rapper with the most top 40s. And as far as the best lyricist, the best this, no, that's up for opinion. Those are what we call opinions. Some people gonna say Nicki Minaj. Some people gonna say Missy. Some people gonna say Lauren. Some people gonna say um, somebody else. See, who was the best lyricist and the best rapper? That's going to be up for opinion. But you can't change facts. A lot of people don't like giving Drake credit. Oh, Drake ain't a rapper. But Drake is down as a rapper. Whether you consider him a rapper or not, when people that's like Jay-Z fans are the same way. Jay-Z fans don't like giving Drake credit for his number ones because they say, he's not a real rapper. He's getting number ones. He's getting pop hits. He's not a real rapper. But the majority of Drake's music is rap. No, not all the songs were number one, but she has four number ones. That's the most. That's just a fact. There hasn't been a lot of females with number one records. There hasn't been a lot of female rappers with number one records. Now that's another problem in itself. That's another problem in itself. But that's a fact. Yeah, she's had one album. She had the three number ones off the album, and then what? So there are going to be somebody. There's going to be plenty of people. There's going to be plenty of people who say Missy. There's going to be plenty of people who say Missy. Missy to me is the goal. Like to me, but when I talk about the Mount Rushmore of female rappers, I've always had the same four people, and I ain't changing. In no particular order. When I put my Mount Rushmore of female rappers up, for all y'all who didn't go to school, the Mount Rushmore is four faces. For all y'all who don't know what the Mount Rushmore is. When I put my Mount Rushmore of female rappers up, I've always said I got Nicki Minaj, Lil Kim, Missy Elliott, Queen Latifah. That's my four. Now other people can have a different four if they want. Some people don't want to put Lil Kim in it. That's fine. You don't have to. Some people got Foxy in it. You know what I mean? Some people got Lauren in it. Me, I can't put Lauren on it because number one, Lauren was in a group for her two albums, and she only made one solo album. And that album was half and half. That album was half rap and half R&B. Now, while I say Lauren is the best lyricist to me that I've ever heard, female, she's the only female rapper to ever, when the source was really the source, when the source was really the hip hop Bible, before it started, before Benzino got it and then it started going nuts or whatever. When the source was really the source, and they had, when you went and got the source and you looked for the quotable every month, Lauryn Hill was the only female rapper to ever get a quotable in the source. Everything else was men. Everything else was men. But the best technical rapper, and I've said this plenty of times, the best technical female rapper I've ever heard is Nicki Minaj. To me, she's the best technical female, and it really ain't even close. She's the best technical female rapper, meaning she can do any type of flow. She's mastered 5 different flows in rap. She can write. She can make pop rap records. She can sing a little bit. She had chart hits. She's versatile, and she can get on any record and rock any style. So that's why, to me, technically, not saying lyrically, but she's good enough lyrically to me make her the best like rapper, like professional rapper. Like Nicki, you gotta compare the men. You have to compare Nicki to men. Well, I may feel as though Lauren was a better lyricist. When I look down their lyrics, like Lauren had like some bars. Like Lauren had some bars. When I look down their lyrics, I may say Lauren was a better lyricist than Nick, but she ain't a better rapper. She ain't a better rapper. She was definitely not a better rapper. Lauren couldn't get on any record and more times than none be the best person on the record. Nicki got on Motorsport, which was the Migos' style, right? The Migos' style was Motorsport. That's their type of record. Nicki washed them on Motorsport. Nicki washed two greats, two goats, Jay-Z and Kanye West. How many men can say that? How many men can say they washed up Jay-Z and Kanye West on the same record? So that's why I compare her to men. I even really compare her to females. So we're gonna see what happens with that. When I find out more information, if somebody else comes to me with something else, then I'll report it. Um, the video I made earlier about the albums. Somebody said something about Left Eye. I mean, she was all right. You know what I mean? I think Lisa was a good writer, and I think Left Eye was better than what people thought. But she's always going to be connected to TLC. That's why people didn't really take her serious as a rapper, because she was thought of as like the rapper from TLC. You know what I mean? Kind of like how, Michael Bivins and Ronnie DeVoe, like they were the rappers in New Edition. And even though sometimes they would come out with some fly bars, you never really thought of them as rappers. Even though when you go back to New Edition, and a lot of their songs had a rap in it, and most of the time it was Bobby and Ronnie rapping. And a couple of times they said something, Bobby Brown, nobody, even though Bobby Brown rapped, no one really thought of him as the rapper. So Left Eye was always considered the rapper of of TLC, but I don't think anyone gave her the credit that she deserved as far as lyrically. You know what I mean? She didn't. People didn't even really give Left Eye the credit until they heard her on Ladies Night, and they're like, "Oh damn!" Me, I knew she was ill when I heard Waterfalls. When I heard Waterfalls, I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, she a problem." Um, as far as the albums, and if you want to check out the if you want to check out the video I made earlier, it's up. A lot of people wanted me to say, "Oh, what do I mean by that?" And what do I mean? She got to release an album. I seen somebody say, "Oh, Nicki secretly signed a deal with Nike." What are you talking about? What does Nike have to do with Nicki making an album? See, that's people's problem. I just looked down here and saw somebody say, "Don't try to discredit Nicki." When did I ever? When have I ever discredited Nicki? I sit here every single time I mention Nicki Minaj. I say she's the best female rapper. I just said I compare her to men. I said to me, she's the best technical rapper ever. Female. And it's not even close. And then I look down and I see, don't try to discredit Nicki. Somebody please tell me, because I'm missing it. Where did I put Nicki? I say every single time I talk about Onika Tanya Mirage, what do I say? She's the queen of rap. What do I say? She's the five flow dynamo. What do I say? I'm the one who gave her the five flow dynamo. I'm the one who gave her that nickname. So, but I'm just gonna state facts. She's got the most top 40, got the most number ones. I'm I'm not gonna lie. So anyway, about the album. And I saw a video earlier, and it was a pretty dope video, pretty accurate. Because I was saying the same exact thing as far as the albums. The reason why Drake is out of his contract and is able to move about and pretty much write his own check is because he saw how many albums he had, he saw how old he was, and he pictured ahead of time and said, by 32, I want to be out this deal. I'm 24, or 25, my first album's coming out, I got a 7 album deal. By 32, I want to be out of this deal. Drake and Nicki pretty much got into their deal around the same time. Drake is out of the deal and getting ready to put out an album, his first album out of his deal, and Nicki still got 2 albums to go. Nicki, to me, Can't wait no more. She cannot afford. I know she just had a baby. You know what? Record the album while you got the baby in your lap. You talented enough to do it. Get you a nanny. You got enough money. You should have a studio in your house. You rich enough. The nanny take care of the baby. I'm going down in the basement and record this album. She needs to do an album in 21 and be ready to release another album January 2022 so she could be out of this deal. Labels sign you to make albums, Latoya, because they want to control you. They want to control you. They know you're going to be making a lot of money for them. So now they got you for seven. They got you for 7 albums. It's kind of like in sports. They try to do the same thing. They want to sign you to a deal where they can control you. They sign you to that long deal, and they say, I want to see if you can make me back the money that we're going to push out. But the thing about Nicki that's going on right now is the record label is no longer giving her the budget that she once had. That's why Queen didn't get pushed the way it should have. That's why Queen was falling short in marketing against Travis Scott and these people. That's why um, Invasion of Privacy was marketed so much more money. Because now they're going to say, if you want a big marketing budget, we're no longer giving you $1 million for promotion. We're no longer giving you $1 million for marketing. We're gonna give you 350,000, and you just gonna have to make do with however you spend it. We're gonna give you 350,000 for your budget for your record, or 400,000. That's why when they start lowering the budgets, you start seeing the producers change. They're no longer using producers like Timberland and Swiss Beats and all those producers Nicki was using on the first and second album. All those producers she had then, you don't see her using those producers no more. Now it's like up and coming producers, producers that she may have knew from back in the day. It's those people. And they're gonna say, if you're gonna pay Timberland, you're gonna have to pay him out of your pocket. If you want Swiss Beats, you're gonna have to pay him. And all these dudes that Nicki got beat from in the past, if Nicki didn't let them smash, they gonna try to bang Nicki over the head. If Nicki went back to get a beat from Swizz right now, he'd probably charge her $250,000, which is absolutely nuts. But because I don't know what happened with her and Swizz Beats. I've heard numerous stories. I've heard some people say nothing happened. I heard some people say they were messing around. I never really confirmed that story. I heard two different sides. Some people said they were messing around. Alicia Keys found out and didn't like it, but didn't like them in the studio alone. And then she started coming to the studio sessions. I heard that, and then I heard nothing happened. So I don't know what happened with her and Swizz Beats. However, if nothing happens, if nothing happened, Swizz Beats is an emotional sensitive dude. He'll try to charge Nicki and be petty, no pun intended, and charge her some outlandish price just because she didn't let him hit. That's part of the reason with Drake. That's not the full reason. Drake ain't messing with Nicki right now, not just because she didn't let him hit. People try to make it seem as though like that's the only reason. That's not the only reason. Drake would have been content with just a friendship if she would have just came to him and said, "Look, I care about you too much as my brother or as my friend or whatever. I don't want to mess this up. I don't want to mess up our friendship." And the other, as opposed to just going off with Meek and not saying nothing to Drake and making it seem like she was choosing Meek's side or making little smart remarks or smart comments. Somebody tell me you got no. Somebody said, somebody said you starstruck. Somebody said I got you starstruck. So instead of her saying that, if she just would have kept quiet and laid low and like, nah, I'm not getting in this. You're not getting me in this. You're not getting me in this. You're my man, yes. Drake is my label mate. Drake is my friend. I mean, he's been there for me from the beginning. Nah, I'm not getting this. I'm not getting in this. Nicki didn't do that. And she should have. So I think he would have been good. But okay, you know what? It's never going to happen. Right? It's never going to happen. But all of the extra stuff with after Meek and with the no frauds and all that stuff, and then the coming back and then going to the he took her to the SBs or whatever award show that was when he won award, not the SBs, it was some, I don't know what that was, the Billboard Awards. He brought her, and then next you know she's with Nas and whatever internal shit they had going on and nobody knows about. Man, he doesn't feel the same way about Nicki. He don't feel the same way about Nicki. You know, as years went past, Drake is now the bigger artist. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. When they first started, he wasn't. When he first started, he wasn't. For the first 3 or 4 years, he probably wasn't. But when you started hitting year 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Drake's been the bigger star the last 5 years. I mean, you just got to keep it a buck. He's been the bigger star the last 5 years. So he no longer feels as though he has to cater and, bow down to Nicki. Remember how he used to sit there and kiss her hand and bow to her and like he worshipped her? Drake ain't doing that no more. I mean, so now for her album, but like I said, she needs to drop an album this year. If you're not gonna put the doc out, don't put the doc out. You know what I mean? Because to me, the documentary is, I'm really not as if this documentary had came out with Queen, if this documentary would have came out with Queen, I'd be hype. I know Nicki fans are hype. I'm not hyped for it no more. I'm not hyped for it no more. It's so, the material on it is going to be so old by the time it comes out. I'm not even excited for it anymore. If this had a drop when the Queen album dropped, and she talking about all that shit that happened, because I'm telling you right now, if this documentary don't have the shit with Yo Miley was good, the shit that happened with her and Meek, the shit that really happened with her and Drake, you don't put out a doc. Put out a doc. You want to shake the table? Shake the table. And how she went through all of that and persevered. Safari, Meek, Young Money. Um, the only thing that I will, Sheetha, how she persevered through all that to be where she is now. You ain't got, if you don't want to put in Jay-Z and Beyonce, I'm cool with that. If you don't want to put in your brother, I'm definitely cool with that. I don't think she should put him in. Nothing personal should she have in that doc if she don't want to. But she needs to put out an album this year. Because the longer she's in that album, the longer she's in that contract, and this is what's getting ready to happen to Rihanna. We are now in February of 2021. Rihanna thinks something sweet. She running around here teasing people on the internet about Rihanna 9, putting up little clips. Oh, I'm dropping the album. Oh, psych. Oh, Rihanna thinks something sweet. She thinks stuff is falling apart right now. Keep on playing with Jay. Keep on playing with Jay. And that's just the God honest truth. Keep on playing with Jay and don't put that music out. Because you know what Jay gonna do. Jay gonna, you know Jay know where the bodies are buried. So every unreleased album, you know Jay, and every unreleased song, Jay know where he at. And you know what he gonna do? All right, you want the contract? Okay. That Rihanna Beyonce song that was never coming out, guess what? It's coming out now. And guess what? You ain't getting no money off it. And it's gonna be the biggest record in the country. Them 2, 3 records you got with Drake that was never mastered. That secret record you got with Chris Brown that was never mastered. Guess what? I don't care if it was 2011. I don't care if it was 2014. I'm putting them out now. And I'm gonna get money off it. You ain't gonna get no money off it, and it ain't gonna count towards your contract. And no, you ain't doing no reggae album. That's the reason why she put it out. Ain't put it out. She wanted to do a reggae album for Rihanna 9. She wanted to put a reggae album out for Rihanna 9. Jay was like, reggae? Huh? Huh? Picture that with a Kodak, with a Kodak Black. Reggae. You're not a reggae artist. Let's make myself clear. You got a couple of songs that could be taken like they're dance hall, but you're not a dance hall artist. You're a pop artist. You're arguably the most successful female pop artist ever. You're not a reggae artist. But it doesn't matter whether she's happily dating or not. You signed on the dotted line. Why you think Taylor Swift is out there now putting out albums, rushing albums out? Taylor Swift put out 2 albums in 1 year. And now she's putting out another album. She's put out 3 albums in the last 12 months. Taylor Swift is trying to get up out that deal and write her own check. That's why Taylor Swift is putting out so much music. She getting ready to put out another album that she re-recorded. They better start moving. The niggas better sit and watch T Swizzle. So when Rihanna had the chance to get out of Rock Nation, she re-signed. Right? The management. Then she signed with that other label. Remember, her first deal was Def Jam. And then she had Rock Nation as her management. So she's not in an album deal with Rock Nation. But with Jay-Z as a management, they have to be, their label has to be on a certain amount of albums. It might be one more. Rihanna's, I don't really think it's as much. Might be one more. But Rihanna is on another label with Evan Rogers and them dudes. So she's going to have to finesse it and come up with some of this is the reason why people need to be recording all the time. All this time, Rihanna put out Anti 5 years ago. Even though you ain't put out no music, Rihanna, you should have 3 albums worth of material recorded somewhere. You're the artist. You're the music artist. Like, you hanging around Drake, ASAP Rocky. You hanging around niggas that write. Chris Brown. Every dude, except her son, that she was with, got talent. Every dude she hang around got talent. You should have had Drake writing your fucking album. Rihanna should have, and I'm not saying she don't, Rihanna should have unreleased music out the doodah, ready to put out if she ever needed it. All I gotta do is mix this down, and this record is ready to go out. You in a relationship with Drake on and off 3-4 years. You gonna tell me the only music you got out of that is the music you put out? You ever heard of Tupac Shakur? Chris Brown? You know how much music Chris Brown got? Chris Brown could give Rihanna an album. This nigga's putting out albums with 45 tracks on it. And another album with 33 tracks. And that nigga still got music. He still got more music. He ain't even done. You can go to that nigga. You ain't got to give Chris much. Rihanna better put out an album, and I'm not even asking for two. She better put out one. Nicki, I would get two albums in 11 months. Try to release you one by April, and then do another one January. That's the two albums. Tell baby, have a nice life. I'm still young enough. My albums did well enough. So now I'm gonna go get me a indie deal for my last active years in music, because you can't rap forever. I mean, like, you can sing forever. There's still singers in their 70s and 80s still singing. You ain't gonna be rapping at 50. Like Queen Latifah don't rap no more. She don't make rap records anymore. She'll come back every now and then and do a tribute and rap like that. But Nicki can finish the deal. She still won't be 40 yet. And then she can say, for these last 2 active years or whatever, I'm going to do a tour for the two albums I put out. And then in the summer of 2022, I'm writing my own check. If a label wants to premium and bang me, or if this distribution want to distribute my records, I'm dropping music on Barbie Things Records or whatever. Yikes Records. People are jump on that. Oh, I'm jumping. I'm doing a deal where you gotta sign. If you sign me, what I would do if I was Nicki, I would put Queen Radio as a package, and I would hold off on the doc until I'm in a new deal. So now, when you sign me to the deal, the first thing is dropping is the doc, and you have to sign me and Queen Radio. If you don't sign us as a package deal, if you don't give me a deal for Queen Radio, because I'm now at the tail end of my career and I'm not going to be doing this S forever, and when I'm done making records, boom, I want to go right into the Queen Radio podcast. And then I get my money for that. I think the reggae record. I think if Ree gets out of this contract, if this next album gets her out of the contract, then she can go and make the reggae album if she really wants to make it. But I don't really think Rihanna really wants to make a reggae album. I think Rihanna was being petty and was saying that to poke Jay. I don't really think Riri wants to make a reggae album. I don't think she wants to make no reggae album. I think Rihanna was trying to be cute and poke Jay Z. But if I'm Nicki, I see all this money that Joe Button is getting. Joe Button is showing people. Joe Button is showing y'all how to get a bag. He's showing people how to finesse the podcast game. Nicki and Joe Button are now, last I heard, on speaking terms. Listen, I'm out my deal. Queen Radio did big numbers every time Nicki put it on. So now I'm going to I'm gonna do Queen Radio. I'm gonna do Queen Radio. Y'all want to sign me and whoever, Apple, Universal, now want to sign me straight. Okay, you sign Nicki Minaj for a 3 album deal, a 2 album deal, or whatever. I'm gonna do these 2 albums, and then I'm going to fade off and do Queen Radio for as long as I want. But y'all have to back Queen Radio as well. Because podcasting is now the wave of, not the future, the wave of the present is podcasting. She can get away from Jay-Z for good if she stopped. Now again, she might have a contract like Kanye. Who knows? Kanye got a contract where he ain't even messing with Jay-Z, and where Jay-Z, get this, get this, Jay-Z, not saying he's going to, Jay-Z is considering making guess who a part of his legal team. Who, if I told you, who do you think Jay-Z is thinking about making a part of his legal team? Not Lisa Bloom. Not Lisa Bloom. Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian. Prison reform, which she's been doing good at. You got to give her credit. However she did it, I don't know if she got under the table and sucked some balls. I don't know how she did it. But whatever she was doing has impressed a lot of people. On top of that, she's going to probably pass the bar. And from what I was told last night, Jay-Z, once he gets out from under Kanye, let me tell you how dirty Jay-Z is. Let me tell you how dirty Jay-Z is. He don't even talk to Kanye West. He don't even talk to Kanye West. Can you imagine if Jay goes and hires Kim as a part of his legal team? Jay would do something like that. But Kim Kardashian, even the people who don't like her, people got to remember, Donald Trump has never liked Kim Kardashian. Donald Trump never liked Kim Kardashian. I'm talking about, he's been knowing Kim Kardashian for years. It just didn't happen with Kanye. But he's been knowing Kim Kardashian for years. And I think because, I don't know whether one of those, it was either Courtney or Kim, one of those girls turned down Donald Trump. Because he's never liked Kim. He always would come out and say stuff about Kim. Just like random, like, what? Like if he's on Howard Stern or something like that, he always has something negative to say about Kim Kardashian. Meanwhile, he's hanging out with porn stars. Now he's like, yeah, she did a phenomenal job. She's like a real lawyer. It's no BS, and that's what people are saying with Kim. Y'all think it's something sweet because it's Kim Kardashian. They're like, but she really knows what she's doing. Even Van Jones was like, I'm not gonna lie. At first I thought it was a joke. At first I thought it was a joke. He said, but I looked at her like, yo, she really, really knows what she's doing. So Jay is thinking about hiring her. He does stuff like that. Ask Dame Dash. He does stuff like that. He gets back at them by hiring their wife or their ex-wife or their ex-girlfriend. So that's what Jay-Z does. He's petty like that. Do not be surprised. Do not be surprised. But I would think that people in the legal field, I'll tell you this much. People in the legal field respect Kim way more than people in the modeling field respect Kendall. And that's a fact. People in the legal field, they say because Kim did the work. Kim did the work. They don't feel as though Kendall did any work. All of those models, probably with the exception of Gigi and Bella, because they got on pretty much the same way. All of those models hate Kendall. And none of them think she deserves to be the highest paid model. Kendall make more money than Naomi Campbell on Suits. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Kendall make more money than Naomi Campbell. She make more money than Emily Ratajkowski, whatever. She make more money than the Victoria's Secret girl, the face of Victoria's Secret. She make more money than Tyra Banks on Suits. Let that sink in. No wonder Naomi Campbell always got something negative to say about Kendall. And Kendall barely does any work. She barely does any shoots. She barely does any shoots. But Kim, you can't fake law. You can't fake law. I don't give a damn how sexy you are. I don't give a damn how bad you are. You can't fake law. You gotta know some law, even to pull strings or get away with certain stuff. You gotta know law to be able to finesse it. It's not like modeling. It's not like singing where you don't even gotta be a good singer, but you can finesse the game, finesse the industry. You can't do that with law, and you can't do that with a doctor. You got to know it a little bit. So the people in law are like, The reason why they respect Kim is that, so here she is. She could have just been Paris Hilton. All Paris Hilton did was just be what's her name, Hilton's granddaughter. Paris Hilton never learned to do anything. She never learned to do anything, right? So Kim could have just been Paris Hilton. I'm rich. I'm just gonna be Kim Kardashian. Put my face on everything. Put my name on a couple of games. Put my face on and my name on a couple of products, and I'm gonna be worth 500 million. For her to go out and learn law, go to law school, that impresses people because they're like, okay, she didn't even have to do that. It's not like she's hurting for money. She didn't even have to do that. And she wants to have this as a profession on top of everything she's already accomplished. So that impresses people. You impress people the most when you do things that you don't need. Kim don't need to be a lawyer. So stuff like that impresses Jay-Z because Jay-Z don't believe in handouts. He said it over and over and over. He don't believe in handouts. It's hard to impress me. It's hard. So if they if they go and and Kanye and her get this divorce, I'm telling you, Jay-Z is gonna hire her. Or at least offer her. Because he's already, from what I heard, threw it out there. But right now, she can't make that decision. She's in the middle with Kanye. She knows Kanye will flip his lid if she goes and work for Jay right now. She has got too much going on. She got that going on. Then Kris Jenner's in some lawsuit. They got the thing with Black China. And Kim got the divorce. So they got a lot going on. They got a lot going on. And even though the lawsuit to Black China is not that much, they don't want to give up one thin dime to Black China. They don't care if it's not that much. $5 million to the Kardashians is like $5 to us, right? No, maybe not $5. It's like $500 to us. $5,000 to them is like $500 to us. Like, yeah, it hurt, but to get this person on my, if they sue me for 500, I'll be able to pay it today. But it's the fact that it's Black China and they don't want to give Black China one dime. So the most she can probably get would be $5 million because they have to calculate how much money the show made when it was on, which, I mean, the show wasn't even a top three show. I think like the first episodes people watched because they were curious. But what China is calculating is how much the show would have made if I would have went, had the baby on the show, and then the next season, me and Rob living together with the baby, people would have watched, blah, 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 blah. The sisters were producing it. It would have made probably $5 million. So that's how they come up with the. That's how they come up with. She's suing them for millions, but technically the most she can probably get is about 5 million, which is amazing for Black China. If she spends her money right, she'll never need money again. I mean, you can make $5 million last a lifetime if you know what you're doing. So, and on top of that, China's probably already got millions. Not millions, but, you know, I don't know how much she has left, but she's made over $1 million in her life. And I'm sure she's seen more than 1 million at one time. But that would be good. That would be amazing for her. But the Kardashians are going to fight that tooth and nail to the end because they don't want China to get one dime. Yeah, that's true. But we got that. Then you got the Doja Cat, Ariana Grande, and Megan Thee Stallion video. And let me tell you something. That ponytail is looking good. I never had ponytail on my list because she just still I still see Cat Valentine. I still see Cat Valentine. That's the only thing. Ponytail looked like her, but damn, she was looking good. I'm about on the edge. I'm almost right here and saying I want to fuck ponytail. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I don't want to fuck Ariana yet because she still remind me of a little girl. But I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I was almost there with break up with your girlfriend. When break up with your girlfriend came, I was like, okay, see, you little bitch. You little bitch. You gonna make me jump through this TV and jump in that pool with you, bitch. When she did break up with your boyfriend, break up with your girlfriend, man. I was about to at that time I was seeing somebody. I was about to really go in and break up and like, yo, Ariana is talking ponytail talking to me, bitch. You gotta go. She's talking to me. She told me literally to break up with you. Your ass got to go. Get your hat, get your coat. Got- Y'all think I'm playing? Y'all think I be playing, right? I ain't playing.
Si estás pagando más por tu servicio celular con AT&T, es tiempo de cambiarse a Spectrum Mobile.
If Drew didn't film it, then it ain't filmed right.
Yeah, when she dropped the break up with your girlfriend, I was on call. The video, um, it was all right. I I liked the song better than the video. I thought the video could have been better than what they gave me. I mean, you talking about Ariana Grande, who has an unlimited budget. Like Ariana Grande has a unlimited budget, right? Unlimited. I thought I would have got more than what I got. You know.
If you've been accused of a serious crime, we're going to help you get through it.
What else?
You drew that film it, it ain't film right. Okay. Ice cold in this bitch. Ice cold in this bitch. What? Don't ask me for nothing if we don't be texting. Dumb little bitch, she wanted my section. I need a crown and coke is my preference. Ass up, face in my necklace. He not a cop, but I got arrested. He's saying I'm being too reckless. I put 26s on the Lexus. Everything bigger in Texas. My pills ain't pressed your bitch yet. Get money and fuck some building. Not personal, it's business. I thought you knew that I did this. You can have him, but he licked. Banana that I split. Talented and gifted. I guess the table shifted. Brand new bitch. Busted. Bitch, I'm busted. I feel like a whole brand new bitch. Busted. Bitch, I'm busted. He made my leg shake, okay. Let me in, there's no gate. Yo, bitch, irrelevant, no name. He want me to slide, no way. Yo, bitch is trash, throw away. Take my blow and go away. All I hear is go time. Side maybe shake that. Get the bread, wake and bake up. Cause your girlfriend without makeup. Making layups, I ain't laid up. I can't fuck with you, that straight up. Everything you say is made up. Yeah, you love me, but I hate us. All my bitches dead. Everybody tryna date us. Brand new
So,
bitch. Bitch, I'm
what
busted.
else we going over? Anybody got any questions? Is Tory Lane going to jail? I don't think so. I don't think Tory Lane's going to jail. So now y'all can ask the questions that I didn't see. For a few minutes, we're gonna answer some of those. I don't believe Tory Lanez is going to jail. I'm tired of Tory Lanez anyway with this little, you know, thing he doing and trying to act like everything's, he has no issues. You may not have did it, but this whole thing still don't look good. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be walking around grinning and oh, y'all gonna see. Nah, bro, just stay humble. Like, you know what? Even once the truth comes out, I should have never been in this position. I'm sorry for even getting in this position. But no, I don't think he's going to jail. They stopped being a respected magazine because the game started changing, Nicole. The game started changing. And as the game started changing, you know, they started being unreputable. When the people that was running the magazine stopped running the magazine. When it started becoming when Benzino took over and refused to put Eminem in the magazine and refused to put 50 Cent because he was managed by Eminem and stuff like that. So it stopped being about pure hip hop and he started making it political. Benzino ruined the sauce. Say happy belated birthday. Shay does a lot for me. She handed me down. Shay Millions. Shay Millions holds me down, man. Um, Normani's gonna drop music, but I think it's too late. Um, I don't really know what the issue was with her, but I think it's too late. I think that Chloe Bailey is gonna get that spot. I think Chloe Bailey is gonna get that spot. Kim, who, Lil Kim? No, I don't. I don't think that it's about being desperate for a number one, but it's a bag. Can you, like I said, if the song comes out, there's no telling what records it can break, and Nicki would be a part of that. Nicki, I mean, it's not like oh she's desperate for number one. It's not like they haven't went number one without each other. Nicki's already had two number ones, none of them with Cardi. Cardi's had four number ones, none of them with Nicki. So it's not like they need each other for number one. They don't need each other for number one, but it would be nice. That bag would be crazy. And trust me, they come out with a record and break all these sort of streaming records and do this and that and then go out on tour and a couple of times. Trust me, won't nobody be talking about that beef. Won't nobody be thinking about that beef. And if that's your fave, I would just be straight here for it. If she's over it, why I'm still gonna be mad? You know what I'm saying? If she's over it, why I'm still mad? If Nicki say it's a go, then obviously whatever they had going on, she feels as though they was able to get past it. And if they can get past it, that's like Nas fans that didn't want him to make up with Jay, but he made up with Jay, right? He got paid $11 million. On Nas fans should be happy for Nas, right? But if they were mad that he made up with Jay, what some of them were, I was one of them. But I can see why he did it for the money. I wouldn't have did it, but I can see why he did do it. And people say they didn't get into a physical confrontation. That's out in front of public. But Nas and Jay almost got into a couple of physical confrontations in the Source Sound Lab and Dungeon Studios. Nas came down there to the studio looking to fight Jay because of Carmen. So when people say, "Oh yeah, but they didn't get to a physical confrontation like Nicki and Cardi," first of all, Nicki and Cardi didn't get into a physical confrontation. They almost got into a physical confrontation, just like Jay and Nas almost got into a physical confrontation. If Jay had have been there, Nas was ready to fight. And it was only because Jay wasn't there and Dame Dash calmed Nas down. I don't think Nas would have beat Jay anyway, but that's just my opinion. I don't think Nas would have beat Jay up, but maybe he would have. But he did go down there by himself looking to fight Jay. Nicole Lynn, y'all put me on timeout. Digging up Whitney's body? For what? What do you mean digging up Whitney's body? Why would they dig up Whitney's body? Nicki unfollowed Ariana again? Wait a minute. Because remember, she refollowed her. Oh, you sent me the article. Yo, good looking. I'm gonna look at that. Chunky, what up, Chunky? Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought she followed her back. But so Nas and Jay did almost get into a physical confrontation, but then they made up. And like I said, I was one who didn't really like Nas making up with Jay. And of course, Nicki don't need to make up with Cardi, but it would be interesting to see how much money they would generate off one record. That song would be number one and probably break all. So you think her and Megan's song did well with those two fan bases, um, promoting the song, streaming the song? Shit. But anyway, y'all, Shaw Millions, happy belated birthday. Thank you for all that you do. If anybody cares, the Cash App is the IE Network. If anyone cares. No, I don't know what the Cash App is. I gotta ask. I gotta ask my brother. I don't forgot now. But my Cash App is Heaven Hollywood. If anyone cares, I'll make sure that the IE Network Cash App gets it. ASAP and Rihanna. From what I hear, they're still together. But Rihanna is down in Barbados because she got a lot going on. But I hear they're still together. That ASAP Rihanna thing I hear is pretty serious. I mean, like I've been hearing like they're pretty serious, like they're gonna try to have kids serious type shit. So we'll see. People act like Rihanna and ASAP just got together like now. They've been going back and forth with each other for years. You know what? They've been going back and forth with each other for years. Is Beyonce performing at the Grammys? If she wants to get a Grammy, she'll perform. If they want to give her one, if she's gonna perform, they definitely gonna give her one. Grammys should be coming up when next month or this month or whatever. And I told you before, Megan's nominated for 4. Megan Thee Stallion will get at least 2, and it's gonna cap off her year. And regardless of what people say about Megan, right now, Megan Thee Stallion is the number one female rapper in the game. Hey, don't hurt the messenger. She put out 2 number ones. Her album's gold. Well, with the units, it's now platinum. But her album is gold. She got a gold album. She got 2 number ones. She's doing all these deals. She put out the most music last year for a female rapper. So regardless of what you thought about Megan's album, what you think about Megan Thee Stallion, with the units, her album is going to be platinum, but she is certified gold. And she got 2 number ones. She got the Savage record, and she got WAP. So, and if this record goes number one, the remix with Ariana Grande, which is a good chance it might, she's going to have 3 number ones. Not too shabby. She had a big year. 4 Grammy nominations. Well, I believe she would at least 2. If she caps all this off with 2 Grammys, that's a big year. That's a big year. Big year. Yeah, you may not watch it. Somebody said the Grammys is whack. Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't watch all the time. If I have some people on there that I'm gonna like, but like I don't watch it with the quarantine or shit, like nobody gonna be there. I don't watch it. I don't waste my time. But Grammy winners, that's like championship rings. When you win Grammy awards and Oscars,